Chair, I would like in a very fast way, I'm going to read this letter. One is from a company called GMR. It's actually a company from India. All right, and Chair, I never solicited these documents. It's the public who have been sending, I think, the owners of these companies. They say submission of expression of interest, letter of interest for exploring the development management operations of Jomo Kenyatta Airline.
Senator Onyonka, being the person who requested this statement, I'm now giving you your opportunity for the 5 minutes.
Thank you.
So that you can ask your question.
Thank you. I wanted to literally ask my brother John Mbadi that he needs to understand that is the CS Finance Treasury. Boss, if you were to borrow money under any auspices for your country, what would you negotiate for? Value for money, straight bidding, reasonable expectation, public participation. Do I need to go through those things? Let me come to my questions. Chair, thank you for giving me the opportunity. If we go back to the Hansard, I wanted to ask CS John Mbadi. If you go to the Hansard, the CS Honorable Chirchir, when we asked him, and I would want this question to be answered by your DG if possible, but that's up to you. Were there any other companies that actually made an offer over this or inquired about this transaction that you gave to Adani, other than Adani? Because when I look at these documents you've given here, you could have actually thought this report was being written by Adani, the figures have been put in by Adani. Of course, Your Excellency John, you were not there, but you would think all these guys who work for the PPP were Adani employees. By the way, have any of you gone to India recently? So those are two questions you can answer.
Waziri?
Let me respond. Let me ask Kirigwa first, because you wanted him to respond. I don't want to appear like I'm gagging him and maybe concealing any information. Once it's done, maybe I'll add what I wanted to say. Go ahead.
DG?
Thank you, Senator. Through our submission, Senator, we have, through the Chair, we did submit a letter that was shared to us by the State Department of Transport. There were other expressions of interest on the letter of 2023 that indicated the companies that had expressed interest. Adani had also expressed interest in April 2023. Honorable Member, let me clarify on that. That proposal was never sent to us at the Treasury. The only proposal that was sent to us at the Treasury was the March 1st, 2024 proposal by Adani. And thereafter, Adani did make payment for the PIP.
Thank you. Could I ask you a following, through you, Chair? Do you have any correspondence for the people who actually showed interest in this work?
Chair, the only through the Chair, the only correspondence we do have is one, the Adani proposal that was sent to us in April 2023. We were in copy of that.
Thank you. So, you don't have any other company that you think was interested of in file the documents to make an inquiry, to ask the Kenya Airports Authority whether there was need for the authority to provide services for them to go and check at the port in Mombasa, go to Eldoret? You have no letter like that?
Chair, through the Chair, I'll refer to you to the exact letter, which is on the...
No, you already said you didn't have any letter. So which one are you bringing?
The one that came to us...
from Adani?
No, not from Adani. The one that
you just said you didn't have any other letter.
The letter from Adani...
Let's have the letter.
Chair, just
please.
1 second.
If you can give him a minute.
I'll ask you to kindly open section W.
That letter is from who?
State Department of Transport. The one from Adani is the one that came in April.
You know what you're doing?
Sorry.
You're assuming all of us are stupid. Stop that. Did you receive a letter through you, Chair, from any other company other than Adani requesting to do this project?
The answer is no, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. I would like to table. I have 3 letters. which were written by 2 different companies. Adani was the third one. The follow-up question I would like to ask Chair after I've tabled this.
Can you table that?
I will. After I've tabled this, is this. Did you correspond to any other company because they have your stamps, their documents were received? Did you write back to either express disappointment or tell them they had not qualified for this transaction?
The clerk can assist to get the document.
Yeah, the clerk, you can come, I give you this, and you can show them to them.
So that we can also...
And Chair, I would like in a very fast way, I'm going to read this letter. One is from a company called GMR. It's actually a company from India. All right, and Chair, I never solicited these documents. It's the public who have been sending, I think, the owners of these companies. They say submission of expression of interest, letter of interest for exploring the development management operations of Jomo Kenyatta Airline. This dated the 16th of November 2022. The next letter, and I will table this. The other company is called Nexus Logic. This is an American company that required security provision requesting for the executives from a Corporation America Airports Authority, which is called CAAP, and a company called Nexus Logic. They wanted to come to Jomo Kenyatta Airport on the Wednesday, 10th of July 2024. Then they wanted to come to the Mombasa International Airport, and they were going to Kisumu and Eldoret. And this letter is here. It's received by your office, and I have that. And I would also like to table you the letter from Adani, which is written on the 31st of March 2024. So I would like to table, Chair.
Clerk. The letters, could I just confirm, Chair, the letters were addressed to who?
The first letter is addressed to Hon, the Principal Secretary, Minister of Transport, Infrastructure, Transcom House, Ngong Road. That's the first one from GMR. The second letter is addressed to the Chief Executive Officer, Kenya Airports Authority, and they even say it was hand-delivered. The second letter was actually to the Managing Director, Kenya Airports Authority in Nairobi, Kenya, and all these documents were received and stamped by your office.
So can I just respond, Chair? First, we have been talking about...
Chair, I have not finished through you. Before he responds, please let me interrogate the matter.
I'm responding to your earlier question. I said...
No, let me just finish this.
But we would still want to see your document.
Here you go.
Yes.
Chair, on those documents, you know, when you table a document, it's my right to respond to those documents. So before you proceed, can I respond?
But you look at them, what are you answering? You've not even seen them.
You have read. That's why I have asked you.
John, I haven't read the details.
I have asked you, who are they addressed to? Chairman, can I go ahead and
yes, respond?
Chair, we have been talking about the law here. PIP process is a process. You address the proposal to the authority. If you write to President Ruto, that cannot be a PIP proposal. It cannot go anywhere. So the first letter was addressed...
Chair, can I respond?
The first letter, I'm just giving...
He's wasting our time.
Let him finish.
You are equally also maybe wasting my time.
There's nothing we are discussing, John.
Please, let's respect each other.
Allow the CS to
If you ask me a question, I've come here, this is a matter of national importance, for heaven's sake. Let us be
the reason why I am reacting to you the way I am is because you've not even seen the
I have
letter.
not come here.
And you're busy responding. Stop gatekeeping.
I've come here.
These things you can't gatekeep anymore. Stop gatekeeping.
And please,
we must deal with this issue nationally. It's a national important issue.
Supply information. Wait for the information. If you don't need it, Kenyans need it.
Proceed.
Order, Senator Onyonka.
Kenyans need the information, and I'm giving to you.
Chair, Honorable CS, now you are heckling. You are out of order.
Yeah. You are equally heckling me.
This is the tradition of ODM to heckle.
You are out of order.
Chair, you cannot allow monopoly of members to only ask questions. Can we also ask?
No, this is on a point of order. This is on a point of order.
Senator
Yes. Honorable Chair, the CS must learn to respect Parliament. Even when he was in this house, members of the executive never used to speak to you the way you are speaking to us. We defer to you because you are a former colleague, but you cannot behave the way that you are behaving. Honorable Chair, just a minute. Honorable Chair,
yes.
If the CS is tired of answering questions by the representatives of the people, let him tell us. Let him tell us. He can walk out and come back on a day that he feels his temperament is something that is befitting of a cabinet secretary of the Republic of Kenya. This is Parliament. We are not here to be nice to each other. You are saying you are giving answers to the public. Those public don't ask you those questions anymore. They ask us. We are the ones elected by the public. So, Honorable Chair, I think the CS must apologize for throwing a tantrum here. Yet we are here on serious business to be able to find answers to the questions of the public
Senator,
that we represent.
To be fair to the CS, because he came here to give his answers, and everybody...
Chair, it's not listening. A favor. Let him not behave like it's a favor for CS to appear before cabinet.
If we avoid unnecessary interjections and give each other time, I believe we are going to complete this issue.
Okay.
With the clarity.
Yeah, I had not even finished my time. I didn't even do 2 minutes.
I had given him an opportunity to answer that issue on these letters that you have provided.
Chair, with a lot of respect, please allow me. I would like you allow me.
You are not even giving me an opportunity to say anything.
I am.
And as I said the other day, let's not just interject on every syllable of every word that somebody says. Let's listen to the CS, give him time. We listen to you with your questions. So proceed with your questions.
Absolutely.
And allow him time.
Chair, that's what I'm asking. Allow me. I've tabled the documents.
I've given you the opportunity.
Listen to me. I ask him 3-4 questions. Then he can answer my questions.
Ask.
Thank you, sir.
You have the floor now.
When you did CS, and again I want to ask your friend who is the DG, there was a section when Honorable Sifuna was expressing the matrix under which when you are doing the evaluation. Do you remember the section where we are talking about whether this company has been involved in corruption, whether it has been taken to court? You've seen that? Did you find out what the historical record of Adani is? That will be a question to you. And then, Chair, my last question that I will ask will be to the CS. So please, CS, I wanted, or you can also answer if you're comfortable. So the last question I want to ask out of the list of my questions, if you look at the section where you are actually again interrogating the issue of due diligence, I have information that if you look at who the ownership of Adani is, you actually cannot know who the owners are. All right? There's information that the Sultanate of Abu Dhabi has got shareholdings to Adani, and there is also the issue that the Indian Prime Minister Honorable Modi actually controls 58% of the Adani empire. Do you have any such information or not? And then conclusively, I wanted to ask my last question, Chair. I hope somebody is jotting down those questions. There is an amount of money that the government of Kenya, when you were sitting and discussing under the IPP agreement, that $48 million will be given to the government. Explain to us how you arrived at that figure. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Chair.
Buenos Aires.
Thank you, Chair. First, Chair, let me be very clear that I am not in any way treating the Senate with a condescending attitude. I am very respectful to the Senate. I know that you have a constitutional mandate to hold the government to account, including my office. And the only concern that I have is, Chair, when the Honorable Senator Sifuna started, I asked whether I should just wait, he finishes his questions, and I respond. And I was told no, I could continuously respond as matters come by. Now, when it comes to Senator Onyonka, it changed, and I didn't know at what point it actually changed. And so I thought I should address the issue that was raised to me. Now, Chair, in terms of due diligence, I want to again repeat, there are 2 levels of due diligence. The first one is high level, where you just look at a few indicators, and that is the indicators that were shown. We are at the phase of a detailed due diligence process. If we could just allow the process to be concluded, then some of the questions that we have would perfectly be answered. And again, Chair, I want to just address on the issue of Senator Onyonka. I don't think those letters you read to us were copied to the Directorate. If they were addressed to any other person, it is the responsibility of the contracting authority to forward.
Point of order, Chair.
Formally.
Point of order, Chair. If you look at those letters, they are received at the office of KAA.
Just for clarity,
yes,
because that's
but
all.
You see, if
that's
it is received,
the letters are received by KAA. Don't lie to the public.
Let me guide, and that's why I was asking for these letters.
Yes.
There are 3 letters, and it's only received at Kenya Airports Authority, and they are not here. That is one for Nexus Logic. The other one is also stamped by the Kenya Airports Authority, and they are not here. The other one by GMR is not received by any entity. So I would suggest for these ones, because we can always invite the KAA again and again to appear before us. You know, they were here, and I wish you had produced this one.
Point of order, Chair.
Can I get a clarification from you?
Yes.
You know, when the CS was responding, you remember the document that I referred to him, a letter forwarding the PIP. It actually originated from the PS of transport. And his answer, you can play back the answer, was that KAA is domiciled at the ministry. So that if a letter has been sent to KAA, it is with the ministry. That's what he said.
Yes, and that's what I'm trying to guide.
He cannot run away when it is inconvenient and say we have not seen it.
And Chair, because I hear you saying that what is not there in those letters.
No. I just want you to understand.
Yes.
Because I don't want us to just discuss something that is away from their purview. What I'm trying to say is...
Yeah, this is evidence.
Listen. We have admitted this to the committee.
Thank you.
We have them.
So but don't say that it's inadmissible.
But I'm
that's
saying,
evidence.
No, we have admitted them. But what I'm trying to say, and that is what the CA is saying, I'm just trying to guide you so that the relevant questions go to the right people. Because
Chair,
the letter has been received.
On my knees, I ask you,
yes.
Who do you want me to ask that question?
Listen, I'm guiding you. If it is received by KAA, KAA is domiciled at the Transportation Department. We have the Treasury here, and we have the PPP. It's good to be fair to the CAs, so that they answer the right questions. Your question, nothing stops this committee from inviting the KAA again and the PS Transport to come and answer on this. So we admit this, and then we admit this.
Excuse me, Chair. The reason why we called my brother John Mbadi to come here is because the Minister of Transport had already lied under oath. He said there were no letters. So we have the letters. We are tabling them, Chair. Please, Chair. Serve Kenyans well. They'll respect you for many years. The reason why those letters are there is because we must interrogate how did Adani come to Kenya and how did they start what they're doing.
And I agree with you.
And I've not asked you about Adani with Ketrako, Adani with Chief. I've not gone there.
And I agree with you.
How did one company take 7 state corporations and is running roughshod over everybody, and every government officer who's coming here is defending them and not giving us answers at how it happened?
Chair,
to help, that is why this committee is here today.
To help Senator Onyonka, I think what has been demonstrated by those letters is that not every PIP proposal or communication on redevelopment of JKIA left Kenya Airports Authority.
Yeah, true.
So the ministry can confirm, at least the PPP secretariat is here and the Ministry of Treasury is here. Let them confirm that the only communication that has come from the procuring entity called KAA is with regards to Adani. So that we draw our own conclusions during report writing that there is somebody at KAA who determines what to forward for evaluation by PPP and which ones do not go to
You've
evaluation.
got my point.
That's all they need to confirm.
Yes.
Let them confirm.
Chair, maybe my presentation was too long, but let me again repeat. The only PIP proposal received procedurally at the directorate was the one of Adani of 1st March. In fact, I even mentioned there was an earlier one of 2023. It was not procedurally brought to our attention. We have only come to know about other expressions of interest through a letter. There's no any other proposal. And if there is, and by the way, the law is clear, you go to the contracting authority with PIP. But I want to ask Chris, there is no information, as far as I'm concerned, Chairman, that we are holding. And that is why we have documented all the other expressions of interest from 2023 to date. And we are not gatekeeping for anyone. I have no reason to gatekeep. So I would want to ask Chris, please, and again, inform this committee whether you are aware of shareholding of Adani, whether Prime Minister Modi has 58% of shares, or 68, or 100, and this one from UAE. With your permission, Chair, could I ask Director General?
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, members. Let me start with the question about the earlier question. Yes, the PPP Directorate had one representative who went to India for the due diligence exercise, which is not yet concluded.
Chair, could I stop him right there?
Allow him to finish.
Because of point of
Be
information.
patient, Senator.
Oh, thank you.
Allow him to finish.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah? That's on this Adani proposition. Secondly, matters of corruption and matters of the history of Adani. Adani did make a formal submission, which was notarized by the attorneys. They gave a confirmation about corrupt practices, and also, as a treasury, we did look at the World Bank debarred list, and we confirmed at the evaluation stage they were not on that list. Honorable Chair, we also confirmed this morning that they were still not on that list. That's Adani Airport Holdings. So we do confirm that. Chair, there's also a matter that has come in about the documents received by on the airport concession. Chair, I'd like to confirm a few things. We did see, I've seen the document that the honorable member has indicated.